Hello, everybody. I wanted to make a video about the earnings. It's raining outside. Am I the only one that's weird and likes raining outside? In any case, let's talk about earnings. We came in at 533 million, which is 13% growth year over year. This is 1 million more than we expected on our top end that we, Palantir, the company, predicted last quarter one for quarter two. Some of Wall Street was predicting that they're going to have 550 million. Amit thought that when we're not going to hit 550 million and we come in line, that we were going to tank. But the price of Palantir did something very, very interesting. It literally went down after hours, like 11, I think it even seen 12%. It went like this, boom, like this, and then it came back like maybe 5 or 6 minutes later, 10 minutes later, the price came back strong. And we ended up finishing, instead of negative like 11, 12%, we were actually positive around 2.5% last time I checked. What was good, what was bad about this earnings? This earnings, for all intents and purposes, was an okay earning. Nothing special. Nothing horrible. In line with all expectations. I believe Wall Street is pushing Palantir to the limits, and Wall Street is going to give Palantir a good 6 to 12 months of leeway. What does that mean? That means that Wall Street is going to be giving Palantir as much slack as needed for that 6 to 12 months to see if Palantir can actually deliver. There was one underlining theme about this earnings call. You see, Palantir likes to have themes for earnings calls, and sometimes it happens for several quarters. The last couple of quarters, the theme was artificial intelligence software is the great equalizer for hardware when it comes to warfare, i.e. what's happening right now in Ukraine. How Ukraine can take on Russia with the right software and artificial intelligence, yada yada, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. In this specific earnings, all eyes were on artificial intelligence, but in extremely specific types of artificial intelligence around their LLMs, large language models. Cheyenne literally spoke for 10 minutes about this, and this was the showcase. They said that they are speaking to 100 different organizations, clients that are currently testing out AIP. Remember, just a few months ago, it was a handful of people testing out AIP, and they said they're going to roll it out to another 300 organizations and clients, which is pretty much in line with Palantir's growth. I believe they have like they grew to like 405 clients, I want to say, 420 clients, something like that off the top of my head. So they're literally rolling out artificial intelligence platform, our AIP, to existing clients, which is in line with, I think it was Piper Sandler or Raymond James. They were an analyst that upgraded them to $18 and said that eventually Palantir is going to have, for every person that's using Foundry, they're going to have somebody that's using AIP. And the goal of today's earnings and the theme of today's earnings, if you were listening to it, was saying that they have a product that they know everybody needs, but people don't realize it. The same way people didn't realize that they need Palantir Foundry or Palantir got them, so on and so forth. And they're not so concerned about the price point of this product. They're more concerned about a network effect of, hey, this product saves you a shit ton of money, makes you that much more efficient. You're going to tell your friend who also owns a huge company, so on and so forth. Kind of what happened with Facebook, the network effect. This was the theme. So before I go any further, you need to ask yourself, do you believe in Palantir as a company? Do you believe in the thesis and the growth story of Palantir? If you don't, then this is not the company for you. No hard feelings. I mean, it doesn't matter a flying fizzle what you do or not to me, or my opinion to you. But this is not for you. If you believe that Palantir has a software similar to Microsoft operating system or similar to an Apple iPhone, for example, or an iPhone or an Apple product that revolutionized the world, then this is for you. If you believe that artificial intelligence is the next revolution, if you believe that artificial intelligence, specifically large language models, aka something like a ChatGPT, is the next frontier, then Palantir is for you. And if you believe in that, then you need to let Palantir grow into that. So that's the underlying theme of this specific earnings call. They grew their customer base, which was good. Most importantly, their top 20 clients grew to $54 million average. Last quarter it was 51 million, now it's 54, which means their top 20 clients is growing by 15%, okay? 15% in contract value, which is really, really good. However, net retention is only growing at 110%. What does that mean? That every single client is giving you an extra 10%, 110%, 100 plus 10%, an extra 10%, which means as a whole, in totality of their clients, they're getting an extra 10% net retention, which is additional retention of existing contracts, of existing money you're making with an existing client. Well, the question is, if the top clients are giving you 15%, why is the general 10%? That means that the 15% is making up for a lot that are doing less than even 10%, and the average is 10%, 110%. I'm thinking that a lot of little businesses are not driving with Palantir so much. Now, Palantir has pretty much all big businesses that they're using, but I'm assuming the smaller of the big businesses don't have as much a need for Palantir, or they're just not finding a home for Palantir Foundry. Maybe it's going to change with AIP. The thesis is that companies are going to use artificial intelligence platform to make you more efficient. And we see countless examples of people using artificial intelligence, specifically AIP, to save hours and hours and percentages of your day and time in days and weeks and months, so on and so forth, using AIP. So, can artificial intelligence, specifically large language models, and their AIP or artificial intelligence assistants, which is what Palantir is launching, can they make you more efficient, more cost effective, leaner, and more productive? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And the way I see it is, why don't you go use ChatGPT and actually use it, and then stack it with another 5 different applications and see if that makes you a better anything. It makes me a better content creator. It makes me better in multiple businesses that I run, real estate, a bunch of different businesses. So I do believe in the power of artificial intelligence platform, or LLMs in general. So for me, it's an easy choice. I love Palantir. Now, I wasn't expecting the moon today, and the best thing that could have happened is that the price did not tank. Hopefully tomorrow the price doesn't tank and we're still above $18. Remember, we literally went from like $17, shot up all the way to $20. The best possible scenario that could have happened today, and hopefully that's going to carry on to tomorrow, is that we didn't tank. And if we're green, fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, it seems like Wall Street is thinking around the same lines, because I honestly thought it was going to tank, to be honest with you. But it seems like Wall Street institutional investors are giving Palantir the benefit of the doubt, or essentially they're believing the vision of Palantir and giving them some time before they write them off. Some people are saying this is the best quarter ever. I don't agree with that. Now, are a couple of other nuances about what happened. Palantir's board approved a $1 billion buyback. What does that mean? That means that they have the authority to buy back $1 billion worth of shares. It doesn't mean that they will do it. It means they have the ability to, but not an obligation to. That's all it is. Now, they could just be playing a game with Wall Street, which a lot of people are thinking. Who gives a flying fizzle? They got another third quarter of GAAP profitability, and they said we will have GAAP profitability for the rest of the year, including next quarter. And very much, Dr. Alex Karp was adamant about S&P 500 inclusion. Now, a lot of people are playing Palantir just for the S&P 500 inclusion, because essentially if they get included, people believe that Palantir can go up, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. Who knows? I would love that. But I'm not just playing that, but I would love that. Another thing that Palantir did good. Last quarter, Palantir had 2.9 billion. Now Palantir has $3.1 billion in the bank, cash or cash equivalents. Also, Palantir grew 13% in revenue. I believe their profits are up now 25% margin, so it went up. And their cost stays steady, which means they're able to bring in money without spending any additional money for marketing or sales, research and development, things like that. One of the reasons why I believe the research and development is so low is because they're doing on-the-job training, as I like to call it, or research and development currently in Ukraine, the battlefield, battle-tested, and then they take military products and they, use them for commercial use. But I'm going on a tangent. Look, today's earnings is okay, and it's okay to be okay. The people that just got into Palantir, just remember, not everything is a home run, and if you got into Palantir when it was $20 or $18 or $17, just chill out, relax, breathe, this is okay. The people that's been in Palantir for a while and dollar cost average to $10 or $15 or $8, you guys are sitting pretty. You cannot go up 200% and think you're just going to keep going straight up. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to relax a little bit. The stock price is just relaxing. It's okay, but it's not actually relaxing because it's like full throttle forward. Now, Dr. Karp, Shyam, they did made it very, very clear that said, hey, we can work on profitability at any point in time. We're working on adaptation of our software, specifically AIP, stacked with Palantir Foundry. That's what they're waiting for. I have not advice because I'm not a financial advisor. This is purely entertainment education. I'm not qualified to give financial advice, nor should you listen to any person on YouTube for financial advice, or else you are a schmuck. However, my strategy for Palantir, yes, eventually I will have a price that I might sell out of Palantir. That price is not here yet. Not even close. Just sell covered calls. That is a synthetic dividend play, where you essentially are making yourself a dividend or a weekly salary. I go over it in detail with my channel members. I have a link to channel membership down below. It's $3 a month if you guys want to learn about options. I'm not selling any courses or anything. It's a way for you to support the channel, and in return, I give you more knowledge, and I go over a lot of stuff besides for just Palantir. I think this was an okay quarter. I think that we got the best possible scenario of what we could have, especially for an okay quarter. Expectations were really high. There's a lot of people that say to the moon, and that's bad because it fills your mind with bullshit. And again, like the video that I made earlier, it is just noise. Eventually, Palantir is going to have a 18, 20, 25, 30% quarter and more. I don't know if management will be able to pull that out of their ass. Right now, management is just able to show that they are able to slightly beat, but not put up those big daddy numbers that we need, that Wall Street is basing our price on. However, that doesn't mean they can't do it. That doesn't mean that they're incapable of doing it. That just means they have a thesis right now that you have to believe in, that that's not what they're trying to do. I'm looking very forward to see the conversion numbers of those 400 clients or 400 organizations that they're talking about that are going to be using AIP. It's going to be very, very interesting, the conversion rate. Is it 10%? Is it 20%, 50%, 90%? And how much money does AIP actually save you in the bottom line? That's what I'm looking to see. I don't expect to see any numbers from this until quarter 4. Not even quarter 3. Definitely not quarter 2. We were saying this. Maybe quarter 4 and quarter 1 of next year. We'll see what ends up happening. If you are new to Palantir, this was okay. All good. We did exactly as we said we were going to do. 1 penny gap profitability. We're increasing our revenue. And we beat on our personal top estimates of $533 million in revenue. 13% is still growth. Is it ultra uber growth? No, but that's the growth that we guided for. We reiterated our guidance, I believe 2.12 billion for full year. So pretty much what we had before, a smidge up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what happens in the future of Palantir. And for me, it's very, very simple. I'm not buying the dip. I'm not selling my shares. I'm just doing covered calls. But your situation is not my situation. This is called personal finance, and everybody has their own personal growth, development, and journey. If you are a short-term trader, that's one thing. But if you are a long-term holder, you should be holding Palantir for at least a year, because that's the best tax incentives and tax benefits that you can get. A year, 1 day, you get yourself long-term capital gains instead of short-term capital gains. Short-term is a year and under. 1 year, is long-term. Short-term is your own personal tax bracket, like income tax, while long-term, for the most part, you're going to be getting a 15% federal tax bracket, for the most part, unless you're making a lot of money. I believe the threshold is like 200 something K, but whatever, that's something else. Most people are going to be paying 15% for long-term capital gains, and that's very, very important, because you save a lot of money, especially if you're in one of the free states that you don't have state income tax, which is going to be fantastic. Guys, thank you so much. Please become channel members, support the channel. Today was an okay earnings, nothing bad, nothing fantastic. It was just okay, and it's okay to be okay. Let this product develop. Let the story develop. Also, a lot of people are going to say, hey, Palantir wasn't profitable. They've been around for 20 years. Yeah, but Palantir only really started catering for commercial use in the last 5, 6, 7 years. And not all big companies, like especially the companies that are, the $1 trillion market cap, several $100,000 market cap, were profitable overnight. Some were earlier than others, but a lot of them took a long time to get profitable. Palantir now is a profitable company, which is more than you can say for a lot of the SaaS companies, which is software as a service. For example, Datadog, C3 AI, Snowflake. So F them, and if you don't like Palantir, F you too. You shouldn't be on my channel. But all jokes aside, thank you very much. Have a great evening.